the worst thing that can happen to anybody in this life is when you lose your identity. And today, Ndi Igbo is trying to lose their identity, fighting war with a wrong identity. That is one of the reasons why this battle to be free from Nigeria will never be achieved. Because when you fight a battle with a wrong identity, it's not going to work out. Why am I saying this? 2 years ago, thereabout, I made a video telling us that we are not Biafrans. Rather, we are Igbo. That, or we are part of Biafra, let me put it that way. As a result of what was decided, the name that was decided during Ojukwu when he wanted to retaliate the consistent killing of Igbos by the Northerners. That name surfaced from Frank Opigo, and it was adopted unanimously. They fought war with that name and were defeated. And by so doing, that name stand defeated. And if you want to also continue working with that name, we must collaborate with other region that has that name collectively. The only Igbo cannot be fighting for a freedom, their own freedom, using a name that has to do with other region. When we say this, you call us name, fight us, call us different name, but the truth remains the truth, and you cannot change it. Please, I want to tell you, I want you to hear from this particular man, and a German, his son, who is fighting for his own agitation, how he explained how Biafra came, who brought the name, what is the meaning of Biafra. Please listen to him, then I will explain to you the deeper side of what he said. This man said a lot. Why do they hate the Igbos? Why did the British so much hate the Igbo? I will explain all this in detail with the historical facts and figure, with date, for you to understand. If you want to learn, you learn. If you don't want to learn, it's your business. Let's hear him before I continue.
We know that you are a history scholar and one of the agitators of the Izon struggle. So, sir, what is Biafra and how did it begin?
What is Biafra? So the question is, and how it begins. Well, we were made to understand that the word Biafra is somewhat seen also in the Bible, in Micah 1:10, where it is also mentioned as Hafra. And we are also told that the Portuguese came with the name almost more than 500 years back to call the territory that spanned through Ghana to Angola of the ocean territory, which includes the present south coast of the former Nigerian states. But when the British came in 1830, they narrowed it down from Kolokumo Pokma to Calabar and call it the Bat of Biafra, and the other side of Benin from Sagbama down to Benin as Bat of Benin. That is what it is about Biafra. And the Portuguese language, it meant a land that protruded to the sea in a curve. That's what we are told that it meant in the Portuguese language. Nevertheless,
you saw where I highlighted Google search of what the meaning of Biafra in Portuguese language. This goes a long way to confirm that the word Biafra has no meaning in any of the people that bears this current name, both Ijo, Ikwere, Izono, whatever, Igbo. No language represent that name. Forget that people will tell you Biafra. Biafra what? Meaning what? Igbo dialect that has meaning the Biafra. You know, you have not seen the origin of that name Biafra. Mafra. I live here in California, Bay Area. They say a Bay Mafra. So they remove M and call it Biafra. No, the point I'm making now is this name Biafra is not an indigenous name. It's not originated from the Igbo or Ijo. is a foreign name given by the Portuguese, or it also emanating from Portuguese. And Angola, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon are part of this Biafra before the British narrow it down to only this particular place he mentioned, Calabar to Benin. Benin asked the Benin to take another name. This man also talked about 1966, but I don't want us to bog ourselves toward that area. Only want to let our Igbo let us know Biafra is not our language. It is a name that we use to fight battle, to call it a nation, so that all the whole people this area will be inclusive. But now that we are, if you watch this agitation now, the current people that are fighting for this agitation, they are only Igbo fighting. The Queres, Ijos, no, aside the Kobo, they have joined the Northerners, which they have always done. It was their sabotaging that made these people to hit us so hard. They sabotaged us when we thought that time that we were together, because they have been angry for the fact it was Agui University that pied the man who stood up to fight for Niger Delta in those days as a military head of state. It was an Igbo man. So Igbo, whenever Igbo talking about freedom, the Niger Deltas will never support you. Forget about whatever they pretend. And if you keep mentioning Biafra, you are adding them up. So if you add them in that, you are fighting for Biafra, they have to be there. And when they will sabotage it. So any day we narrow this fight to Igbo nation, just look at Yoruba is fighting for Yoruba nation. This man now they did interview is fighting for a zone nation. He didn't say Biafra. They narrow it that is Ogoni. We are saying the Masop movement of Ogoni state. Ogoni deliver freedom. So every other people will use their indigenous name to fight, so that they will not lose their identity. But non Igbo, they feel in how they decide to be using fighting for whole Biafra when the battle is only raging in Southeast alone. The sit at home you do, other regions don't do it. It's only in Southeast, and in that Southeast, it's only strong in Imo and Anambra and partially in Abia or Ibia and Enugu. So the same, all the particular event of Fulani this and that, it's not happening in Niger Delta. It's only happening in Igbo. All the kidnap now. People now go to River State to go and settle down. People go to Asaba buying land because of the insecurity associated with freedom fighting in Southeast. So it's sure that the Southeast are the people fighting this battle, which are Igbo. So any day we come to say, let us fight for Igbo nation, that is when our freedom will begin. If you want to understand, you understand. If you want to hear. But this truth must be said. Let us narrow this fight to Igbo nation. Leave the saboteurs to stay on their own. Any day we accept this, that day our freedom will start. Thank you. I remain Joe Vika. I won't because of your insult attack. This truth, I will refuse to say it. We must say the truth. So very soon I think someone is going to declare Biafra. Biafra in Igbo land. So Biafra, are you removing other state when you want to declare Biafra? When you mention Biafra, you have mentioned both river states. They are all inclusive. And since they are not fighting with you, you can't mention them, put them in that name. It's not going to work. Agree. I will not agree. I can't bow because of your insult and attack when I know the truth. The truth will set us free. This truth, save this video. Those who agree with me and know the truth, share this video. Let us keep sharing it. One day we have to this realization, we recover our identity and fight with our identity. The victory shall be ours. Thank you. I remain Joe Vika. Bye-bye.
In this war, there has been a lot of destruction, a lot of suffering. At the end of the war, a policy of no victor, no vanquished was established. But it remained for this to be put into practice in real terms. The Igbos, as I saw them on my return, would seem to suffer some disabilities still. In fact, those disabilities they see as punishment, continued punishment for participating in the war. And in a country where we're all striving to forget the past and move forward to a brighter future, this constant reminder, this constant punishment, this constant reproach inhibited the Igbo through participation in Nigerian body politic. They would like to feel that in Nigeria they could aspire to any position. They would like to feel that there are no limitations to their contributive capacity in Nigeria. They would like to feel that they could be appreciated fully in Nigeria. They would like to feel that they could be honored in Nigeria for their contribution. In short, the Igbo would like to feel that one day an Igbo could become president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.